Hi, my name is Hannah Pickhardt, and today I'll be discussing the genetic consequences of habitat fragmentation for the Florida scrub jay, a species found nowhere else in the world but here in Florida. The Florida scrub jay is a curious, intelligent bird that depends on a rare ecosystem called scrub. This ecosystem has evolved alongside Florida's frequent lightning strikes and actually relies on periodic fires to stay healthy. But today, scrub habitat is dwindling due to development, agriculture, and fire suppression. As it becomes more fragmented, scrub jay populations grow increasingly isolated, reducing gene flow and raising the risk of inbreeding and other genetic problems. In this presentation, I'll walk through the latest research on the scrub jay's genetic health, highlight how the public has responded to its decline, and discuss what conservationists should watch for going forward. Research shows that habitat fragmentation and population decline have serious genetic consequences for the Florida scrub jay. A 2016 study by Chen and others used genome sequencing to examine the consequences of population declines in the Florida scrub jay. They found a sharp drop in genetic diversity and clear evidence of inbreeding, especially in small isolated populations. This suggests that without gene flow, scrub jays face an increased risk for genetic problems like reduced fitness and adaptability. And this graphic from the study shows that hatching success and cumulative survival for juveniles was decreased due to inbreeding depression. Another study from 2012 by Coulon and colleagues focused on how habitat gaps affect genetic structure. They found that genetic distance between groups of scrub jays increased as habitat gap size increased. This means that even small distances between habitat patches can limit movement, leading to genetically distinct and isolated populations. In other words, fragmentation doesn't just limit movement, it fragments the gene pool too. The Florida scrub jay has captured public attention as more than just a species in decline. It is a symbol of Florida's natural heritage. In early 2024, residents across several Florida counties donated funds to help an environmental nonprofit buy land specifically for scrub jay habitat, showing how communities are stepping up to support conservation directly. And in 2025, state lawmakers considered making the Florida scrub jay a co-state bird alongside the flamingo, a symbolic move that reflects growing public recognition of the species' importance. This public support can play a key role in securing funding and political engagement for the kind of habitat protection and genetic monitoring researchers say are urgently needed. If nothing is done, Florida scrub jay populations may continue on a path towards extinction due to inbreeding depression and genetic isolation. One of the best strategies to address this is the creation and protection of preserves and habitat corridors that allow for greater gene flow between populations. Moving forward, conservationists and wildlife managers should pay close attention to genetic diversity and immigration rates, even in populations that appear stable. These genetic indicators can help us detect early warning signs and guide conservation efforts to prevent scrub jays from entering the extinction vortex. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch my presentation. Here are the resources I referenced.